I bet you're wondering why I have this look on my face here. Actually, that's Paul McCartney from the McCartney 2 album. This is our live episode of FYC. We are doing our final, like absolute final Oscar predictions before this Sunday's 97th Academy Awards. Final prediction. So I don't want to hear, oh, well, I might change my mind the next time, because this is it. There's no changing our minds, or else I'm going to give you this look here from Paul McCartney. No, we are live. Final predictions. This is the FYC you've been waiting for. Perri and Jeff, holy shit. This is it. This is it. How excited are you to give our final Oscar predictions here? Perri, go.
I'm just like in shock over how red your face is compared to mine right now. I'm very excited.
Snyder, theitssnyder.com. Give it to me, baby. Are you ready to rock?
I'm excited. Perri, you look so great at the SAG Awards the other night. Are you on the substance?
No, Perri doesn't need to be on the substance.
I don't belong on carpets, but I actually felt pretty good on that one.
That was a lot of fun.
Everyone was lovely. I had a good time. Carpets scare me.
All right, so let's get right into this here. Let's start with an easy one here for Best Supporting Actor. The nominees are Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain, Yura Borisov for Anora, Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, Edward Norton, A Complete Unknown, Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice. Jeff, who's winning?
Kieran Culkin?
You said a couple weeks ago, I said that there are a couple categories here that are locks. This is one of them. Kieran Culkin has been winning every award so far. Golden Globe, Critics' Choice, BAFTA.
I don't care about it. We don't need to do this for every award. I don't care about the precursors. I just, at this point, no one has offered a significant challenge. Kieran Culkin.
Okay. Perri, what's your take? Who's winning?
Exactly what Jeff said. I don't think this category is going to be the curveball win.
No way, it's not. Kieran Culkin is no curveball. All right, let's move on to Supporting Actress, and then we'll really get into some good stuff here. The nominees are Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez, Ariana Grande for Wicked, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, and Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown. Perri, who's taking it?
I also think this one is a done deal after the SAG win. I am done predicting a potential curveball here as well. It's Zoe Saldana.
It is definitely Zoe Saldana, as I've been saying all along. Jeff, you shaking your head. You think no, huh?
No, I've got Zoe Saldana. I just don't think it's definite. I don't think that she's a lock. I do think that the Academy voters are going to be adult enough to see past the controversy, but I don't think it's a lock. No.
Okay, I think it is a lock. That's who we're going with. Those are our final predictions here for Supporting Actor and Actress. Let's get into Original Screenplay. The nominees are Anora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5, and The Substance. Jeff, who's taking Original Screenplay here?
Oh, boy. Come back to me.
Okay, Perri, who is taking Original Screenplay here?
I'm rolling with Anora here. Lots of love for Anora in general, and I think this is a category that it pretty much has. I wouldn't mind seeing The Substance upset of all potential outcomes, but I do think Anora's on top.
Yes, so does Indy. Indy also thinks Anora is the one to be here. Jeff, what's your take?
Thank you for backing me up.
Yes, Indy, Perri says thank you. All right, Jeff, who's taking screenplay, Original Screenplay?
I do think it will end up being Anora.
Yep, I agree. Anora is who we're going with. Adapted Screenplay. The nominees are A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sing. Jeff, what's taking Adapted Screenplay?
I think Conclave's got this one pretty easily.
Yep, I feel like there's a sure thing for Conclave. Not that this is even a sure thing here, but I think it's the best bet. I think Conclave has the best chance of winning something, possibly more, but starting with Adapted Screenplay. Perri, yay or nay?
I am right there with you. The only potential upset I would like to see in this category, perhaps, is Sing Sing. I just want to see that movie get a little love.
Yeah, I would love to see that movie. I agree with you. I feel like Sing Sing, September 5, A Real Pain are movies that I wish got more attention in other categories, but didn't. But there are movies that got a lot of attention, surprisingly, that we're happy about, like obviously I'm Still Here and The Substance. All right, let's move on to visual effects. TheInSnyder.com. The nominees are Alien Romulus, Better Man, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, a movie I absolutely freaking love to pieces, and Wicked. Jeff, what's taken? Visual effects.
I think this is going to be an easy one, too. I think this is Dune Part 2.
Dune Part 2. All right, Perry, you don't think so, huh?
That's not what I'm going with.
What are you going with?
I'm going with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I still can't fully wrap my mind around what those magicians accomplished with that movie, whether we're looking at the apes or like the multitude of VFX accomplishments that are happening in the background, or even, you know, the invisible VFX that you don't think about. So
absolutely,
I think they're going to win it here.
I got to do a couple Q&As with the VFX team, and there's so much that we do see in the visual effects, and there's so much more that you don't see, especially like with regards to like the water scenes, you know, the bridge. Anyway, I digress. I too am going with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes for this one. And Jeff, best 2 out of 3. So anything we could do to change your mind to make it unanimous here? Because Weta, which did the visual effects not just for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, but also Better Man, which is nominated here. I feel like there's just a lot of love for Weta, and they are so deserving. I mean, like, I love Dune.
A lot of love for Weta, dude. Let me tell you, the majority of the 10,000 voters have absolutely no idea that it was Weta that worked on it, okay?
There's still a lot that
There's
do.
2 Apes movies in this category. The Apes, Kingdom of the Planet
There's
of the Apes,
3
looks
apes
like every
movies
other,
in this category.
Well, it looks like every other Apes movie, and the only time my jaw dropped in a movie theater last year was in Dune 2 when those folks ascend up the mountain in the air. No, I'm going with Dune.
All right, well, we are going with Kingdom. So Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, it is. Damn you all to hell. Okay, let's move on to sound. The nominees for sound are A Complete Unknown, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. Perry, what's your take on best sound?
I think this race is a little close, but picking my front runner right now and having to lock it in, I'm going with Wicked.
Okay, you're going with Wicked.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think there's again a multitude of things that maybe aren't like the high priority things that we're thinking about often, but the high priority things with like the singing live on set and I don't know, bringing that whole world together with the soundscape, I think is just too wildly impressive.
Jeff, what about you? What's your take for sound?
I think it's a wicked close race, but in the end, the spice must flow.
Yep, I'm going with Dune Part 2 on sound. And you know, Perry, you could be right. This could be this. You know, this category's visual effects and sound are pretty tough. Yeah. And I mean, I kind of would be surprised if visual effects and sound went to 2 different movies. But you know, I'm going with Planet of the Apes for visual effects. I'm going with Dune Part 2 on sound. And that makes it our choice by unanimous votes here. All right, let's move on to live action short. I got to admit, I did not see too many of these short movies here. The nominees for live action short are Aline, Nuja, I'm Not a Robot, The Last Ranger, and The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent. Any guesses here, Perry?
So I was so diligent for so many years about watching every single nominated short and using that to help me make a good prediction. I swear, every year that I watched all the shorts, my predictions were the worst. They were just the worst. So you know what? I don't freaking know. I'm going to go with I'm Not a Robot in best live action short.
Jeff?
I'm going to go with the one that doesn't have U.S. distribution, which is Aileen.
Well, I went with The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent, and that's only because I just went with the majority of what the.
Because you are the man who could not remain silent, man.
I'm the manse. I am the manse who could not remain silent. Big difference here. All right, this is a toughie. We're all going with different ones here. This is, I don't know, man. Is that an informed opinion, or are you just like, you know,
absolutely not informed? I'm trusting Odie Henderson of the Boston Globe, who did a whole breakdown of the shorts and just the way that he wrote about Aline, and he said it was like no contest. I'm just trusting Odie Henderson.
I would love to get the stats on how many Academy members watch every single short. I would just, it's
not very high. Trust me.
I just want to know.
All right. Well, I don't know. The Boston Globe, Jeff, I know it's your hometown. I'm fine with changing my choice here because again, I am not making an informed opinion on live
I
action
don't
short.
care.
All right, Perry. Yeah, no, you know what? Huh?
Yeah, I mean,
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, who
fine,
cares? That's
fine.
Yeah.
No,
Take a
people-
pick. Dealer's choice.
It's an important honor.
Well, let's just get this out of the way. Documentary short film. The nominees are Death by Numbers, I Am Ready, Warden, Incident, Instruments of a Beating Heart, The Only Girl in the Orchestra. Perry, you want to take this one too?
Yeah, I've had I Am Ready, Warden at the top of my list for a little while now. It's like it seems based on, the reading that I've done and the reactions that I've read that this might be a close race between three of them, but that's the one that I'm leaning towards.
Jeff Snyder?
That's the one Variety is predicting, but I'm going to go with The Only Girl in the Orchestra from Netflix.
Which one? I'm sorry.
Only Girl in the Orchestra.
Only Girl in the Orchestra. I've been reading a lot too about I Am Ready, Warden. So that's the one I went with, and that's the one that Gold Derby went with. So that's good for me. And just let's see, we got one more of the shorts here. Animated short. Where the hell are you? Live action short. We did live action short. We did documentary short.
Animated short.
Okay, hang on. Damn, this is animated short. Here we go. Beautiful Men, In the Shadow of the Cypress, Magic Candles, Wander to Wonder, Yuck. Jeff, what do you got?
For me, it was between Magic Candles and Yuck. Now I'm going to go with Yuck.
Perry, what about you?
I had Beautiful Men up top. That seemed like the heavy hitter in this category to me.
I feel like I agree with that. I did a lot of reading, even though if I didn't do a lot of watching on the shorts. And Beautiful Men is the one that I read the most about. Okay, so there you go. Let's move back to production design. The nominees for Best Production Design are The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. Jeff, what is your pick for production design?
Production design. Oh boy, I'm gonna go with The Brutalist. I just don't see how you don't give that movie an award for its stunning production design. I know Wicked, I mean, they do a great job there, but yeah, I'm going Brutalist.
All right, Perry, you're smiling because Jeff mentioned a movie that I think you went with here.
I have to go with Wicked. There's so much about those sets that is just like absolutely amazing to me. The fact that it makes me feel like I'm stepping into those worlds, and I'm like obsessed with the functionality of the sets. The fact that everything works and seems to have purpose and reflects the history of that area. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's like brilliantly detailed in every single respect.
I agree with you. I too went with Wicked, although it could easily go to The Brutalist. And if it does, I'm totally down with that. But for our prediction's sake, I feel like there's got to be some love here for Wicked. And production design is definitely one. And maybe even this next category as well, because we're going to go to costume design, where the nominees are A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Gladiator 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. So, Perry, are you picking Wicked again?
Yeah, I'm also going Wicked. There's just too many beautiful, again, detailed, and also now iconic looks in this movie. I have to go Wicked.
Okay, Jeff, what about you? Don't let us keep you up there, buddy. What are you going
I
with
agree. I'm sticking with Wicked on costumes. I think that is its lock for the evening.
Okay, I too am going with Wicked on costumes. Maybe not a lock, but certainly because Conclave could also be a front runner in this category as well. But I'm going with Wicked for costume design. Let's move on to makeup and hairstyling, where the nominees are A Different Man, Emilia Perez, Nosferatu, Wicked, and drum roll, please, The Substance. Jeff, what do you take on makeup and hairstyling?
Just remember, you are one, and this movie will win.
Yes.
The Substance.
The Substance. I agree. Even there's a lot more people to get made up and hairstyled in Wicked. I went back and forth, and I just feel like The Substance was just, because it was so focused on basically the two of them, Margaret Qualley, and to be more, especially as to be more just like, went off the rails. I too went with The Substance. Perry, what do you think?
The Substance, and I can't wait to see The Substance become an Academy Award-winning movie.
It might win more than that.
I know.
All right, let's move on to hang on. Okay, how about we stop and take a couple of super chats?
No, sure. First up, Ewok. I don't think Wicked or Dune 2 will win Best Picture, but what are your early sight unseen Oscar predictions for Wicked for Good and Dune Messiah?
Oh, dude, I'm not even like thinking about that. I think that if Wicked comes up short on a couple of categories here, it's because people are waiting to see if it sticks the landing with the second movie, For Good, which opens next November, or this November. Dune Messiah, who knows? What do you guys think?
I got a whole lot of faith in Wicked for Good. I really believe in that team. I'm impressed by what they did in the first part, and I just think they're going to run away with it with the second one.
All right. Jeff, any thoughts?
Fewer Oscar nominations for both movies.
Ooh, okay.
How many Oscars will Sean Baker win, and for what?
Well, stick around, Ewok, because we're going to get to all that. Don't want to spoil the surprises here.
Soon enough. Thank you for the super chats, Ewok. What do you predict will be the biggest shock win?
I'll get to that by answering. Okay, I'm just going to jump right into the next category, which is Best Animated Feature.
Oh no! Stop that, Nance.
No.
Here, I'll leave this up for that.
Okay, Best Animated Feature. The nominees are Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul, The Wild Robot, and Flow. So again, I've said this before, the 5 animated feature nominees. This category has never been better with 5 equally deserving films. Jeff, what is winning? Bless you, Jeff.
I knew you were going to call on me right as that was coming. I could feel it.
Animated feature, what's winning?
I was real tempted to switch my pick to Flow. Tempted.
But
I got to stick with The Wild Robot.
Perry?
You know, Mans, how much I love Flow.
I know you.
Bless you, Jeff. This race is so over. It's been over for a while. I know Flow had a wonderful moment at the Spirit Awards, but it's not happening. No one's come anywhere close to The Wild Robot. That is winning this award.
Okay, so I'm so glad to hear you both say that, because I'm like, what can I really bet on this final Oscar predictions episode? Okay. So, Perry, you forgot that Flo also won the Golden Globe. That was a surprise. Now, Golden Globes, I get it. You know, we talked about that and whatever. Spirit Awards, it's only a it's a handful of people who vote for the Independent Spirit Awards compared to the Oscars. But I feel like even though The Wild Robot has been sweeping all these other award shows like the Critics' Choice, and it won the animated feature at the Producers Guild, and it won 9 Annie Awards. It was nominated for 10. The only reason it didn't win 10 is because it was nominated twice in the same category. I'm going with Flo because I see this category as a real kind of David versus Goliath type situation. This little film that was made for practically nothing using free software that is so imaginative and emotionally moving versus a big budget animated feature that is extremely moving and wildly imaginative. And I just feel like there is because of the international contingent of the Academy now, and here's the first time anything from Latvia has ever been nominated for anything. Flo is nominated for 2 Academy Awards, including an international feature. I feel like there is a lot of support. I feel like if there's going to be an upset that I feel confident about, it could be in this category, even though I love The Wild Robot. My choice is Flo. And
I don't think you're crazy. I don't think you're crazy. I don't think you're crazy. I just think Flo just wasn't good enough at the end of the day for me.
Oh, I think that Flo is good enough. And comparing apples to apples with these 5 movies, Flo is the movie that moved me so emotionally, and I did watch it a few times, and every time it moves me to tears. The end of that film leaves me with such heart, a beating of my heart, and I feel like if more people did actually see that, and I think that international voters here, I think they're going to look at kind of the narrative here. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I mean, I am overthinking this. Perry, can I convince you about Flo? No.
Sorry.
All right, then we got to bet. I'm betting
Okay.
$20. I'm going to bet $20 to, if I lose, I pay 20 to Perry and I pay 20 to Jeff. I lose $40. But if I win, then I win $40 because both those guys are going to owe me $20 each.
I'll take
That
that
is my
bet.
win.
Sure.
My personal prediction is Flo.
Sure.
But for the sake of FY, see you later, we are going to go with the majority rule here for the Wild Robot. Anybody watching live, anybody watching recorded, comment if you think I am out of my rabbit ass mind, or if I am, just seeing something here. I did really well with my predictions for the SAG winners. I got 80%, second only to my good friend at IMDb, Keith Simonton, who got the most right. All right. Well, that was an interesting conversation. Let's move on to international feature film where the nominees are, whoa, Flo, I'm Still Here, The Girl with the Needle, Emilia Perez, and The Seed of the Sacred Fig. Perry, what is winning international feature film?
I think what's winning international feature film is I'm Still Here. I maintain what I've been saying since the very beginning. That movie and a lot of aspects of it, upward trajectory where we have seen its biggest competition slip and fall. I think it is winning this award.
Jeff, theinsnyder.com. What is your pick for international feature?
I'm Still Here from Brazil.
Agreed. I am with both of you on this. I'm Still Here has 3 very strong nominations: international feature, best actress, and best picture. And yes, just like I made my case for Flo being a strong contingent because of the big international contingent of the Academy, and especially because of the reactions I've been getting on social media, just with the simplest little post about I'm Still Here and Fernando Torres. I think there's a really good chance that I'm Still Here will win international feature. That's our pick anyway, so you could check that box off. How about we move on to best original score, where the nominees are The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. Perry, what is your pick for original score?
I'm going to go with The Brutalist because I do think it has the best chance of winning, but also in my mind, when I think about, the score, or in particular, the theme that is stuck in my mind the most, that's the one that I can't shake. And it rattles me to my core when I hear it. And I kind of like that.
Okay, Jeff, what about you?
Do. 4 notes, 1 Oscar, done.
Done. Brutalist it is. Now on to original song. El Mal from Emilia Perez. The Journey from the 6888. Like a Bird from Sing Sing. Mia Camino from Emilia Perez. And Never Too Late from Elton John. Never Too Late. This is interesting. Will Diane Warren finally win her first competitive Academy Award, because she was already nominated with a special award by the Academy? Jeff, what's your take for original song?
I have no idea.
Then you got to pick. You don't give me that.
I know I have to pick. I have no idea. I have not heard The Journey from the 6888. But I'm gonna ride. If there's one thing I know, it's that Diane Warren they won't let her win an Oscar.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go with Like a Bird from Sing Sing.
Like a Bird. Perry, what's your pick?
It's El Mal. This is one of the ones for Emilia Perez that I've never lost any faith in it winning. I know that some folks out there don't like the whole movie, that sequence, Zoe Saldana's work in it, everything about it I think is pretty incredible. So I am keeping El Mal as number 1.
I went back and forth on this. I think right now in Gold Derby, I have The Journey by Diane Warren, but I'm probably going to change my picks on Gold Derby before Sunday. But for this case, I am going to go with El Mal from Emilia Perez. Perry, let's take a few super chats.
All righty, back to super chat land. Mike K, which movie do you think will take home the most Oscars, and which do you think will go home empty-handed? I have a feeling that Wicked will do very well in the crafts, while Doom Part 2 might struggle.
That's a great question, my friend Mike K. I think Anora is going to take home the most Oscars. Which one will go home empty-handed? Oh, that's a really, really good question. Could be The Brutalist. No, not The Brutalist. I'm sorry. We just predicted The Brutalist. I don't know. Let me get back to on that. Jeff, what do you think?
I mean, I don't care much about win tallies, but I'll say the Brutalist. Or Conclave, but
For the
Brutalist.
most?
Yeah.
For the most. Okay.
Yep.
Perry?
I think the tally isn't going to matter as much in terms of like big discrepancies this year. I think we're going to see lots get like little amounts, but I don't know. Given my predictions at the moment, I guess I kind of have to lean Wicked or Anora for getting the most. And I mean, because I just mentioned it, maybe Sing Sing going home empty-handed, but given it didn't rack up the nominations, maybe that's not the title people wanted to hear right now.
I mean, I know it's only nominated for a couple here, but Nickel Boys is probably not
Yeah.
going to take anything either. Great question, Mike. Let's take another one and we'll get back to it, Perry.
I hope Iron Man gives the Academy Award to Gamora.
Okay. EK, good choice. Let's take another one.
All right. Do you think that The Brutalists' even minimal use of AI has tanked its chances for Best Picture and also boosted Timothée Chalamet's chances to win Best Actor over Adrian Brody?
Well, I think that Timothée Chalamet does have a really good chance over Adrian Brody, but I don't think the AI stuff has anything to do with it. Jeff, what do you think?
No. It hasn't had any impact.
All right. Perry.
Man, I'll throw in this one really quickly just because it references what we just spoke about. I hope Like a Bird wins Best Original Song. It won at the Music Supervision Awards, Best Song of the Bunch too.
There you go. Thanks, Wiley. All right, let's get back to it with film editing. The nominees are Anora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Amelia Perez, and Wicked. Jeff, what's winning film editing?
Conclave.
Conclave. Perry, you think
I
Conclave?
have Conclave as well.
Oh, interesting.
What do you have?
I have Anora. All right, for everyone watching live, comment right now. What is winning editing? Is it Anora, Brutalist, Conclave, Amelia Perez, or Wicked? All right.
I think it'll be Conclave for The Brutalist. I don't think it's going to be Anora.
Yeah. Anora right now would be third on my list.
Really? Third? What's second, Perry?
The Brutalist.
Fuck. All right. Okay. Conclave it is. Okay. All right. Conclave it is.
Or The Brutalist. I mean, if you want to try to get me to change, but I'm not changing to Anora.
Fine. All right. Okay. All righty. How about documentary feature? The nominees are Black Box Diaries, No Other Land, Porcelain War, soundtrack to a coup d'etat, and Sugarcane. This is a really strong list here, too. Perry, who'd you go with for documentary feature?
I'm so mad at myself this year that I didn't watch all 5 of these when I usually make a point to get that done. Right now, I do have No Other Land at number 1, though.
No Other Land is your number 1. Jeff, who's your number 1?
Porcelain War.
I have Porcelain War as well, but I was also leaning towards soundtrack to a coup d'etat. But Porcelain War is the one that I really, I really like soundtrack to a coup d'etat, but I feel like the noise is the chatter in the room is leaning more towards Porcelain War. All right, how about cinematography? The nominees are The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, Maria, and Nosferatu. Perry, what is winning Best Cinematography?
Yeah, this one I'm a little torn on. I'm going The Brutalist right now, though.
Okay, what are you torn between?
Well, Maria just won the big honor, but I'm like a little afraid when you open it up to the Academy that still not enough people have seen Maria. So I did bump that up my list, but not high enough. I think I'm a little torn between The Brutalist and Doom Part 2.
Torn between, but you're going with Brutalist.
I'm going with Brutalist, yeah.
Okay, Jeff?
For me, this is between The Brutalist and Nosferatu.
Ooh.
And I'm going to go with The Brutalist.
I would love to see Nosferatu win this.
If you had to choose between The Brutalist and Dune Part 2, Jeff, who would you pick?
The Brutalist. I mean, I think The Brutalist is going to win.
Okay. Oh, yeah, The Brutalist.
Welcome to America.
That's who I got too. The Brutalist. All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take on Best Director. Shit. Best Director, where the nominees are Sean Baker for The Brutalist, Brady Corbet. Oh, no, Sean Baker for Anora. Brady Corbet for The Brutalist, James Mangold for A Complete Unknown, Jacques Audiard for Amelia Perez, and Coraline Farjay for The Substance. Anybody want to chime in here? Jeff?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, God.
What do you mean, oh, God, this should be a slam dunk.
A slam dunk? I mean, it should be a slam dunk. It should be Brady Corbet going home with the Oscar, but I have a feeling it's actually going to go to Sean Baker.
Sean Baker, who won the Directors Guild Award. Perry, you're shaking your head in agreement?
I'm going Sean Baker. I do have my my number 2 as Brady Corbet right now, but what I would give to see Coralie Farjay just sneak in there and take that win.
Okay, before we get to the final 3 categories, how about some super chats?
You got it. We are up to Dave here. If you were an Academy voter, who would get your vote for picture, actress, and actor? I'd vote for Dune Part 2, Fernando Torres, and Adrian Brody.
I would actually pick for Best Picture. I would actually pick September 5. That was the movie that I really did love the most. For actress, I would go with Mikey Madison. An actor, Timothée Chalamet. Perry?
The Apprentice, Adrian Brody, and Cynthia Erivo.
Perry?
I would go Wicked. Probably Ray Fiennes. And I would lose so much sleep over Best Actress. I would lose all the sleep in the world choosing between who I have as my top 4 right now. And I think ultimately, oh God, this hurt. Like it hurts. It actually hurts to pick one of them.
Well, you gotta pick it
right this very moment.
No, by the way, this
right
is not
this exact second.
Who
this
you
is
would
not just among the nominees. This is just anything. Because September 5 was not nominated for Best Picture.
No, I know, but it means something when I say this, and I want to pick all 4. I think I'm gonna lean on how it was ranked in my top 10 movies of 2024, and I'll lean towards Cynthia.
Okay, got it. All right, there you go. Next question.
Oh, my brain was scrambled by that one.
That's all
Finally got around to watching The Brutalist in theaters last night. Wow, what a movie. Wouldn't be upset if it won Best Picture.
Wouldn't be upset either. It still has a very good chance.
Just watched Flow last night and desperately need it to win now. Also, I really want the Anora sweep. I believe Sean should have been there for Red Rocket.
I agree with you, Ace. Red Rocket is an incredible film. I like it, really, I think just as much as Anora. Simon Rex was fantastic in that movie. Red Rocket kind of broke out on the scene just as the lockdown was kind of starting to lift. So I just don't think that people really had a chance to see that movie or enough of them for it to make a mark. But I think that was kind of collateral damage because of like the pandemic and the lockdown and everything. But excellent film. I agree. It's really up there.
All right. Thank you always for the great content. Always makes my day better when FYC happens.
Thank you, Trevor.
All right. I don't think the SAG win boosts Timothy's chances. Only 2 people won the Oscar with only SAG, Jamie Lee Curtis and Morgan Freeman, and those were in the supporting categories.
Great point. So with that, I'd say we jump into the nominees for Best Actor are Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Ray Fiennes for Conclave, Timothée Chalamet for Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, and Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice. Jeff, who's your pick to win the Academy Award for Best Actor?
They don't want us here, but the Academy is going to want him up there on that stage. It's Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody. You're going with Adrian Brody. Adrian Brody, who so far this season won the Critics' Choice, the Golden Globe, and the BAFTA Award. Perry, who was your pick for Best Actor?
This is the one where I was thinking of maybe surprising you all with my pick, but I feel a little more strongly about that happening in a different remaining category. I am sticking with Adrian Brody, but I still maintain the race is mighty close between him, Timothée Chalamet, and Ray Fiennes.
Well, my pick, this was a tough category, and I think you're both on point here. My pick, was not who you guys picked. I feel like Timothée Chalamet. I felt all along that a lot of people did see A Complete Unknown and made $110 million worldwide, and he is playing a real person. So there's that, and he does his own singing and playing of guitar. That is very, 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 very impressive. And even though 160,000 SAG voters did pick Timothée Chalamet for A Complete Unknown lead actor, and the Academy branch is only 10,000 people, and obviously the SAG winner is not going to influence Academy voters because voting for the Academy closed 5 days before the SAGs happened. My pick for Best Actor is Timothée Chalamet, but I am outnumbered here. Anybody watching live, anybody watching the recorded version, anybody with me on Timothée Chalamet winning, feel free to comment away. But for the sake of this show, we are going with Adrian Brody for The Brutalist. And now, second to the last category that we're picking here is probably the most competitive category of the night. That is lead actress. The nominees are Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon for Amelia Perez, Mikey Madison for Anora, Demi Moore for The Substance, Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. Perri, feel like you're itching to weigh in.
I am. So people were big mad about my rankings last week. And as we always say, from week to week, things change with FYC. We got to sit and think about what happens in the moment. We got to sit on that information and kind of feel out the vibe and how things are evolving. I think that even though thus far Demi Moore and Mikey Madison have won the most, I feel a bit of a shakeup coming on. And the more I read about people's reactions to Fernanda Torres in the movie and just her general vibe in this industry, I will also say that backs this claim. I think this race is wildly close. I think it's going to be the smallest amount of votes that kind of tip the scale in someone's favor. And I think she's in a great position to get just enough to break through the others that have maybe been considered the stronger frontrunners all season long.
Who?
I'm going with my heart. And I'm also going with my gut with how I think maybe minds and feelings are evolving throughout the season. I'm going with Fernanda Torres.
Oh, Mark Kenny just wrote breaking news. Michelle Trachtenberg passed away at the age of 39. That's horrible. That's terrible. Jeff, sorry. I like Michelle Trachtenberg. I'm really sorry to read that. All right, Jeff, what's your take on everything that Perri said, which was a lot?
Perri's correct.
Whoa.
There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright. Fernanda.
Wait a minute. I just want to alert everyone watching. So if you want to take this as a meme or whatever, you pull the clip and you embed it on social media.
Pull that one.
That moment where Jeff said Perri's right is so satisfying to me. That is such a great moment for FYC after what we've been doing this 6 years now. I just love that moment. So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. So Fernanda Torres was a surprise winner at the Golden Globes for Best Actress in a Drama. Mikey Madison won big. She won the BAFTA award. There's a lot of overlap between the BAFTA and the Academy now. She also won the Spirit Award, completely different group, but still really, really cool. I was so happy to see her win. I jumped up out of my seat. I'm sure Perri saw that happen at the Spirit Awards. And then there's Demi Moore for The Substance, winning the Critics' Choice, the Golden Globe, Best Actress in a Comedy, and a biggie for the SAG Award. I agree with everything Perri said, that this is really close. I think the only sure thing here is that Carla Sofia Gascon is not going to win. But I think that even Cynthia Erivo has a chance because votes could be split, allowing someone to come through. In this case, though, I think that there could be enough of a situation here where you have enough votes for Demi Moore, enough votes for Mikey Madison, where Fernanda Torres sneaks through to win Best Actress for I'm Still Here. I also think that I'm Still Here is strong showing with not one, not two, but 3 Academy Award nominations also for Best Picture, which is huge, and Best International Feature. Also, wait, hang on before you're shaking your head, Jeff. There is a big international contingent now of the Academy, which is why I'm going with Flo for Animated Feature. So I actually did pick the same person that both of you picked. I am going with Fernanda Torres for Best Actress.
But Scott, how can you do that when she's not mentioned in the anonymous Oscar ballots? I mean, I read 7 anonymous Oscar ballots out of 10,000 voters.
7 out of 10,000. I think you just answered your own question.
Oh, okay.
7 out of 10,000. Which, and what site did you read from? Did you read it from Variety, The Reporter, or one of those other sites?
I'm kidding. I don't care about anonymous Oscar ballots. There's a certain kind of person who rushes to the trades to tell them what they voted for in their ballot anyways.
I agree with you. I agree with that. So, but you did pick Fernanda Torres.
I sure did.
You sure did.
Perri stole my thunder.
Perri stole your thunder. All right. That is another embedded video to be shared around social media. But I love Perry's right. That's a great moment.
But guys, the Academy wants Demi Moore on that stage because the Academy is this controlled by one single brain. It's not 10,000 brains inside of it. You guys are crazy in the comment section today.
Well, listen, I feel like if we collectively, unanimously are going to go with a big swing, I feel really proud and confident that our collective big swing here is for Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. I just was, again, a big, in addition to my reasoning that I just said. So when I was posting on social media on X, my live comments as the Oscar nominations were being announced, I wrote, "Oh, big surprise! I'm Still Here for Best Picture." That was the post. That was it, and it got retweeted like 800 times, and it got like 16,000 likes. And it was like a quick, just reaction. And I mean, granted, I'm sure a lot of those people are not Oscar
not in the Academy.
Right. But still, I just feel like there's got to be a what the fuck moment. And I think it's going to be Fernanda Torres winning. And
I could have sworn everything was going to go exactly according to plan because that's how I read it on the internet.
Wow. Well, I'm happy right now because we all agree on Fernanda Torres. All right, one more another super chat round before we go on to
all right, here we go. So pulling for Demi Moore for actress, even if she doesn't, to me, she has been the star of the award season with her amazing speeches.
Yes, agreed.
She wrote every one of them.
Quite liked her speeches. Even with Anora being a front runner and my fave of 2024, I am predicting 0 awards for it on Sunday. Unheard of for the front runner. Real Pain screenplay.
I don't know if it's going to be 0 for Sunday, but I do think that A Real Pain has a very strong shot to win Best Original Screenplay. Jeff, don't you think? I mean, that movie's excellent. I mean, Jesse Eisenberg wrote a fantastic screenplay.
It was about this thin. It was like 78 pages or something.
Well, 78 pages is a lot. I couldn't write a screenplay.
It doesn't matter as long as you make the most of how short or how long your screenplay is.
What she said.
I don't see it winning.
What is the biggest surprise win you'd like to see at the Oscars?
Well, I think we just said Fernanda Torres would be a great surprise. And I think my biggest surprise moment will be when Flo wins the Academy Award for Animated Feature. I'm still sticking with Flo. Kiss my grits.
If you could choose one movie to get a Best Picture nomination that isn't nominated, what would it be and why? Which movie would you take out?
Great question, Caden. Like I said, I was a big fan of September 5. I would put that in. And whoa, what would I take out? You know what? I say I take out Dune Part 2. Sorry. There, I said it. Eat it. Jeff?
I'll add The Apprentice and take out Nickel Boys.
Perry?
I will add Sing Sing and take out Amelia Perez.
Interesting. Okay, great question, Caden. All right, moving on.
Hello, all. Thanks for another great season of FYC. Do you guys have any annual traditions for Oscar weekend?
Every year I do something different, so no traditions for me. What about you guys?
I just wait and see what I'm invited to go to. And then I go there and then I eat all their food and drink all their drinks. So I guess that's my tradition, eating all the food and drinking all the drinks wherever I go.
Did not take you for a lush, Perry, but I love it. All right, Jeff.
My
what about you?
tradition: smoking dope in your candy shop.
I love this. I love doing that. All right, Annie, Skippy. Hey, what's up, Skippy?
Baker will only win screenplay. Corbet wins director, and Conclave wins picture, adapted screenplay, and editing. The substance, Demi Moore, and makeup.
Well, those are
Danny
very
Skip.
Skippy's not wrong, but maybe he's not wrong. I feel pretty good about those possibly winning.
Here's another Baker one for you. Do you think Sean Baker could win 4 Oscars?
Nope.
I think if he did, he would tie with someone else who also did win 4 Oscars, including editing, directing, producing, and directing, obviously. Someone else that did it, and I'm blanking on the name, but I actually don't think it's going to happen.
You want to keep going with super chats or go to
Yeah,
Best
do
Picture?
a couple more, and then we'll just do Best Picture, and that'll
Just
be
saw him still here last night, and I now understand the hype. In the slim chance that Fernando wins the Oscar, watch for a potential Best Picture upset to go with it. This year is going to be so weird.
it. Yeah. It's been a weird year anyway, Drew Roddy. Very, very weird year for the Oscars.
If Conclave wins Best Picture, that'll be the 3rd time Ralph Fiennes was in a Best Picture winner, but did not win the acting award. I'm rooting for Anora, Wicked, and The Substance.
And those other 2 movies would be Schindler's List and The English Patient. That is a great call there, pal.
Is there a 4th one? I thought he was in a 4th one, but all right.
If I had one wish, it'd be Mikey wins Best Actress.
That's my wish as well. I wish Mikey would win because she was excellent, and I just love that. It was my favorite movie of the year, Anora.
Let's knock out 2 more. Seems like people just want to underestimate Demi Moore this whole campaign. Fernando Torres, who barely was nominated over Demi, no way. Do you know the count, friend?
Yeah, Francisco knows the vote totals all of a sudden. He knows Fernando was barely nominated.
Barely nominated. It's like saying it's a little wet. No, it's she's nominated. The movie's nominated for 3 Oscars. That's pretty strong. I say way.
Yeah, Demi Moore has been around a lot longer than Fernando Torres. Do you see a lot of gold on her mantle? I don't understand it.
Also, Fernando Torres may not have been in the spotlight in the States for as long as Demi Moore, but she's a Brazilian cinema icon. So there's that. Been feeling Fernando Torres for weeks, but I'm still here. Has to win international feature for it to happen. If Emilia Perez wins, then it will be Demi Moore.
Because that's what happens when you fill in Emilia Perez in international feature. It automatically makes your vote for Best Actress Demi Moore. That's what happens.
Look, I feel like the narrative for Demi Moore kind of matches the narrative for Brendan Fraser for The Whale. He's did all these movies, in the 90s and some of the O's, and he kind of went away for a while, comes back with a magnificent performance. He gives a crazy, amazing, heartfelt, genuine acceptance speeches that help him win the Oscar. That could definitely happen to Demi Moore. It's the same kind of narrative. She's a icon from the 80s and the 90s. And then she, went away for a while and comes back after almost giving up her career, being like, okay, that's it. That's a wrap. She gets a script for The Substance and gives an Oscar worthy performance. But I think Best Actress is really going to be a nail biter. And I just love that. You know what? Even with all this stuff that we were talking about, nobody knows anything. The nominees are for Best Picture, The Brutalist, which 10 Oscar noms total. Emilia Perez, which led the way with 13 Oscar nominations. Anora, winner of the Palme d'Or, also 6 Oscar noms. Conclave, 8 Oscar noms. Wicked, 10 Oscar noms. A Complete Unknown, 8 Oscar noms. Dune Part 2, Nickel Boys, The Substance with 5 Oscar noms. I'm Still Here with 3 Oscar noms. Jeff, the Oscar for Best Picture will go to...
I really want to say The Brutalist, but here's the thing. I did show Anora to my brothers this past week in Boston, and if my brothers had said, "What the hell is this? Well, I don't like this," I might have stuck with The Brutalist. But they actually really liked Anora, and I just feel like if they're, because they're not the kind of guys who would respond to that movie, if they are responding to Anora, I think it's just got that little something special. I'm gonna go with Anora winning Best Picture.
All right, Perry, what's your pick for best pick?
Anora is also my pick for Best Picture. I mean, it's won a lot of things, obviously. That back-to-back, DGA, PGA, like 1-2 punch just really just skyrocketed it to the top of my list, and it's not budging.
Agreed. Now, neither of those wins are completely 100% accurate when it comes to predicting the Best Picture winner, but Anora won the Producers Guild Award for Best Picture, which is voted for using a preferential ballot, which is the same way that Best Picture is chosen for the Academy Awards. But yeah, that weekend, in just 2 days, it won the Critics' Choice and the Producers Guild and the Directors Guild. And it was my number one movie of 2024. I, too, am, of course, going with Anora for Best Picture. And those are our 23 picks for the Oscars. Do we have any more super chats before we call it a day?
3 and then we're done. Scott, your Delaware Valley accent reminds me of home. Thanks, you 3. Also, go Conclave.
Go Conclave.
Whoops. We've got, I love you guys. Keep up the great work. I hope to see you all in person someday soon. If the acting favorites win, it will just be the 3rd time in 27 years that all 4 winners were born in America. Quite surprising.
Interesting, Doug.
And Anora.
And with
that, we're done.
We are done. Okay, so that's all we got. That's all we got.
What a season.
What a season indeed. What a season indeed. It sure has been quite the thing to watch the craziest, wildest, I would say maybe even one of the messiest Oscar seasons like I have ever had the honor to cover. But we did it. It was always super, super fun to talk about the stuff with the amazing Perri Nemiroff and the mighty Jeff Snyder. Thank you for watching. Make sure you share this final episode of Oscar Predictions on your social media platforms. Make sure you subscribe to Perri's channel. Just scroll down right now while I got your attention and hit subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to Jeff Snyder's newsletter, theinsnyder.com. Watch Jeff's other show with the incredible Johnny Roca, the Hot Mic on John Roca's YouTube channel. We have one more episode to go, and that will take place after the Academy Awards on Monday, March 3rd, and that will be a wrap for FYC. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the Academy Awards. Have fun watching this show, baby. It's going to be a doozy. And until next time, one final time, FY. See you later.